What is going on, everybody? My name is SirJBGaming. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to do a video kind of like I did a while back where I ranted about something in Destiny 2. You guys seem to like that topic. I figured that it was finally time for another rant because I'm about fed up with Trials of Osiris. As you guys are going to be seeing, a lot of the gameplay from the first week of Season 17 in Trials was absolutely terrible for me, and I'm going to go through it and maybe how Trials can be fixed. But I want to rant about Trials of Osiris in Destiny 2. Now, disclosure, before I go any further, I don't play a lot of Trials. I typically only play for the Pinnacle. I'm not that good to try to go flawless, but then also I've never actually attempted to go flawless, so who knows, I actually might be good enough to go flawless. But with also the way that Trials of Osiris has been recently, it makes it damn near impossible to get it. So just wanted to throw that information out there. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, you've never been flawless, you can't say anything. No, I'm a casual player and I can still give my opinion on it because they have been trying to cater Trials to casual players, and so I want to, give my little insight on it. So if you guys have any opinions on Trials of Osiris, please leave them down in the comments below. I don't care if you guys don't agree with my opinion or agree with it. I still want to hear everybody's opinion. But without further ado, let's get into it. So Trials of Osiris in Destiny 2 is kind of this in-game content that you get to do in the Crucible. It comes around every single weekend, so Friday to Tuesday reset. You get to go and do a 3v3 kind of competitive based game mode, and it is, last team alive and wins 5 rounds is the winner of the game. And the goal is to win 7 games in a row so that you can go flawless and go to the lighthouse and get some weapons and armor that's called Adept. Now basically these weapons are just a little bit better than most of the weapons in the game, like the SMG, the auto rifle, summoner. These are a lot better weapons than most weapons in this game. I would even compare some of these weapons to exotics. I mean, there's plenty of times I die using exotic weapons and I die to these Adept weapons, so they're very good weapons. And then obviously the lighthouse armor is just a really cool armor set to have. Plus there's a whole seal for it, and it's just this whole thing. But the goal is to go 7 wins without losing to get flawless. Now there are passage cards that you have to use whenever playing, and there are a couple that kind of help out. So there's one for on your 3rd win you get a bonus win, which gets you from 3 to 4 wins automatically. There's one for if you lose a match, then your first and only loss counts as nothing. So I mean, that's pretty cool. And then there's a bunch of other ones that can be used as well. But that is kind of the goal of Trials of Osiris. Now obviously, again, this is a competitive game mode, and it's supposed to be obviously competitive, and I feel like it only caters to that side of the community. Now I get it, again, it's in game and it's designed to be competitive, so you would think, yeah, it's supposed to be only for competitive. But whenever you throw in like weekly challenges to go play in Trials of Osiris, that's whenever Bungie's trying to get casual people to go in and play it. So obviously they want casual people to try it out, but they make it really hard for casual people to play Trials of Osiris, because the only way you can really join, except for now, the time of this video, there's actually freelance Trials of Osiris out. Basically, if you're solo, you can queue up with 5 other solos to make 6 in a team. So that is the thing. But typically, the way you have to do Trials of Osiris is you have to get a full fire team of 3. You can just kind of match make, but honestly, that doesn't really work. Me and my buddy Fig, every time we do Trials, we play together, and then we just kind of, randomly get a 3rd, and 99% of the time, they're a blueberry. They don't know what they're doing. They've never played Trials before, or they're just super bad at Trials. And then we also get paired up against, people that are going flawless, people that have gone flawless probably 5 times in the first day and are looking for a 6th time for no reason. And that's kind of where the rant begins, is the whole premise of the skill-based matchmaking. Now, I know it was addressed a long time ago. There is supposed to be skill-based matchmaking within Destiny 2's competitive matchmaking system. So Trials of Osiris is that system, and it's supposed to be skill-based matchmaking. Well, it is far from skill-based matchmaking. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Bungie says. There is no such thing as skill-based matchmaking. For example, literally, I think the first game of Trials of Osiris, me and Fig were playing our very first game with a random, and then we go up against a full clan of 3 who have already gone flawless 3 times this weekend, going for a 4th, and they were on their 6th win. Beating us would have put them in flawless for the 4th time. So it was kind of like a, well, that's not fair, that's just not fair. So obviously we get steamrolled 05, and it really just brings out the negativity, the toxicity to all of it, and it's just overall not a good vibe. So the skill-based matchmaking is just utterly terrible. I don't even want to say there's skill-based matchmaking in this, because there's not. There's no skill-based matchmaking in this, and there needs to be. And Bungie likes to sit here and say, but we do. So basically you get paired with people that have the same amount of wins as you, same amount as flawlesses as you. No, that's clearly not the case. Like, literally, we were going up against people who've been flawless all weekend, and so it's just utterly ridiculous in my opinion. It really makes me not want to play the game. And again, whenever you have weekly challenges that involve Trials of Osiris for a PvE grinding player like myself, that's like very key. very key to have, and it ruins the fun. Now, obviously, the rewards from that are spectacular because you actually get Trials of Osiris weapons. Again, for me, is really nice because I don't play a lot of Trials of Osiris. So the other thing I want to talk about is the fact that, dude, Trials is just toxic all around, and there's nothing that really Bungie can do to fix this. This is more of me calling out the fan base, the community of Destiny. Listen, if you're beating a team 0-4 and you're just steamrolling them, don't teabag. Don't be that guy. Don't emote. Don't teabag. Don't do any of these things. Because you're just a dick at the end of the day. No one likes you. No one wants to be your friend. You're probably paying for your trials wins, all that good stuff. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I literally got ratioed on Twitter for speaking about this on a stream. So I ain't going to go much further with it. Just know that, dude, you don't got to be toxic. If you're winning like that, just there's no need. You already let the scoreboard show. Now, if it's like a 5-4 win, you know, then I totally understand the concept of teabagging. I mean, I would do the same thing. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, the community is just oh so toxic. And then if if you're trying to go flawless for the first time, or you don't really play and maybe you got only a couple flawlesses, you don't have like 100 flawlesses, no one will play with you. No one will team up with you. No one will want to do anything like that. So basically it's like you have to be a godlike player in order to, team up with people in Trials of Osiris, or don't play at all. Now, yes, if you do manage to find cool people, they also have to be good at the game. Then you got to go up against the unfair skill-based matchmaking, I guess is what you would call it here. It's just a cluster of things, and really Trials of Osiris is a game mode that I would love to dwell more on, but I can't because they just make it impossible to play. They make it unfair for the people who rarely play it. So that's just my whole thing. I have a couple ways that I'm going to explain how they could fix it, and really one big way I think would be, really beneficial, and I'd love to know your guys' opinion. But other than that, it's just the mechanics. I like the fact that they're doing, like zone control trials. I like that they're trying to change it up every single week, but I really think that Trials of Osiris was something that they had the idea would be a good idea, and it's just not. It's just not. I think that's also why they had to take away Trials of the 9 way long ago. I don't know who here remembers Trials of the 9, but yeah, like that was a thing, and then they took it away for like 2 years, it felt like, and then they brought this back, and it's been going downhill since. Now, every single week they address the issues with Trials, and it seems like also, that's another thing. Thank you so much, myself, for reminding myself of this. It seems every single week there is something broken with Trials. I think the first time on Season 17, the first week of Trials, there was literally already a broken mechanic in it, to where basically the flawless pool or the matchmaking or something was just totally off, and it ruined the vibe for everybody. And I think it was within the first day of the first week of the first Trials of the season, and it's just ridiculous. I've noticed, and I've gone through some of the other seasons and look back at tweets and all that stuff. Just about every week of Season 16 they had issues with Trials of Osiris. They either had to disable the flawless pool, or they had to just basically say, well, if you want to play, you can play, but you don't have to. Just know that it's pretty much gonna be broken. It seems like that this is a thing that they wanted to fix, and that they think they fixed, they being Bungie, but they didn't really fix at all. It's still broken, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if at the time of recording this video and from here on out, it's still going to be broken. And it's just I could go on and on about how much I don't like Trials, how much I wish I liked it. I would just be repeating myself. I'd be a broken record. But all in all, skill-based matchmaking doesn't exist. The fan base is toxic as can be, which leads me to not want to play it much anymore. And it just seems that Trials breaks every single week. And you would think with an event that rolls around for only, 4 or 5 days a week, that it would be fixed. What about the days where maybe you're in the middle of Trials, you're figuring out for next week, or maybe the days that Trials isn't out? We're kind of in this middle point in the season where there's not a lot of new content, really. So I don't see why Bungie can't get their shit together and fix Trials. But that's just me. Let me talk a little bit about how maybe they can fix Trials. There's one big thing that I think is either going to really pique people's interest, or it's really going to make people hate me for saying this. But I think the best way to fix Trials, and if Bungie wants to make it a casual-based game mode, which, yes, they are, so you sweaty tryhards that do Trials 10 times a week, I get it. You're not going to like this opinion, but you just need to hear it out and understand that Bungie wants this game to be casual, okay? What Bungie needs to do is they need to basically make it, once you go flawless on a character, you can have 3 characters. Once you go flawless on a character, you cannot play Trials on that character for the rest of the week. Now, I know it's a hot take, but here's my thing. What do you get out of going flawless 3 times on the same character? Genuinely, I'm asking, because I honestly don't even know, and I would love to know. So what do you get for doing that? My sweaty Trials players, let me know. and down in the comments below. But I think you should only be able to go flawless 3 times a week, once on a character. After that, you can't play anymore. That would thin out the toxicness of the Trials fan base. That would also thin out the sweaty players early on. And that would just overall make the gaming experience, the Trials experience, maybe give some casual players some good, you know, time in there and give them a chance. So I don't see what the hurt is in doing something like that. Now, let me know your opinion on this, guys, down in the comments below. I would greatly love to know y'all's opinion on the matter, because I feel like that's like a super hot take, and I feel like that is a good fix. I get it, a lot of Trials people are not gonna like that, but Destiny is going more in the casual path. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a casual player. I've been playing since D1. Way back in the day. D2 I've been playing literally since launch day. I never gave up in the middle like a lot of people did, but I've been here. I'm a veteran player. Now granted, I do a lot more PvE than I do PvP, but that doesn't mean that I don't play PvP and I don't do competitive. I've done competitive plenty of times. So yeah, that's my little bit of rant on Trials. It's nothing like the Gamut rant. I didn't want to go like too off on a note. I kind of just had like a few bullet points listed down here. So basically, you know, the whole fan base being toxic, the fact that it breaks every single week and the matchmaking doesn't exist. Those are honestly the biggest things that I just can't stand with Trials. And so let me know what you guys think about Trials Osiris, the state of it, maybe what could fix it in the future. If you like it where it is now, why do you like it where it is now? Why do you disagree with me? I would really appreciate your guys' feedback down below, but let's also keep it very civil. I get it. A lot of people are going to have different opinions on the matter, so let's not hate on somebody for something like that. And please, my feelings are very fragile. I've already been egoed on Twitter by 10,000 people. It's not a fun time. So thank you guys so much. And hey, if you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content or hear more rants about game modes in Destiny 2, let me know down in the comments below and hit that subscribe button for me. But thank you guys so much for the support recently. More Destiny 2 class videos to come out in the future, so stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, you guys know me. It's been your boy SirJB. Get at me.